Welcome back to the Be the Hero channel. I'm Isabelle, and I help you understand the stars so you can feel more clarity and control over your day. Now, before I dive into today's video covering the part of fortune in the sign of Cancer, make sure you hit the link in the description below to book your 1-hour reading with me now, where we dive into any and everything about your chart, as well as help you understand yourself and learn how you can manifest your desires. Secondly, before I dive into the video, I figured I might as well mention it because I've done so in past videos and I've seen that people like when I do this. This is the newest sweater I've just crocheted. Let me know if you think I should start an Etsy shop. I should back up actually so you can see it. Super proud of it. It was an insane project, but I get compliments on it everywhere I go and it's quite ridiculous. I'm considering just quitting all my jobs and canceling all my other businesses just to crochet these since it seems to be a favorite. In this video today, I want to cover what it means to have your part of fortune specifically in the sign of Cancer, which is oftentimes considered a minor aspect in our chart. And it quite literally looks like a minor aspect in our chart because it is symbolized by a teeny tiny little circle with a X in the middle. However, from experience, I've found that the part of fortune is huge and extremely powerful when it comes to manifesting money. So if you're looking to manifest more wealth, if you're looking to have more wealth, look to your part of fortune. And if it's in Cancer, keep watching. First off, what is the part of fortune? The part of fortune is, not shockingly, not a planet. It is not necessarily, it could be considered a point. It is a mathematical point in our chart. And it is calculated using our sun, moon, and rising. So how it works is your sun plus your moon minus your rising, or your sun plus your rising minus your moon. And how that works is, there are degrees in our chart. So for example, if you look at your chart, you can see that there is a wheel, and this is obviously 360 degrees because that is what a full circle is. And so depending on, 12 signs of the zodiac, 30 degrees per sign. And so depending on the degree it's in can change how this is calculated. And basically, depending on whether you have a day chart or a night chart changes how this is calculated. But in the end, the sum total equals a point in your chart. So for example, I have a sun in Aries, a moon in Cancer, and a rising in Sagittarius. I have a night chart because my sun is below the horizon. If it's on the bottom half of the chart, it's a night chart. And so that equals Virgo for me. My part of fortune equals Virgo. And so my part of fortune is different than, say, someone else's. And it means that whatever your part of fortune is in, whatever sign is the sign you must embrace in order to attract wealth. And this is something that we frequency-wise embrace for ourselves and also reflect into the world. So Cancer is the fourth sign of the zodiac wheel. It is representative of the maternal archetype, the mother. It's said to be the crab. And the reason for that is to represent really how Cancers are a water sign and they move through life on the basis of emotion. And it may seem non-linear, like a crab moving side to side, but it is true to their heart. Cancer is the first water sign we interact with, and it represents the first kind of emotion we interact with in our lives, which is our mother, our family, our sense of nurturance, and to be nurtured. And so Cancer is all about taking care of others and taking care of themselves. So if you have strong Cancer energy, you're someone who likes to act on the basis of feeling, who may be very sensitive and delicate and gentle due to being just the mother archetype, and with that, very protective. Cancer is not only a gentle, sensitive water type, but it's also a cardinal, and so they can have this very assertive, protective side, whether that's standing in full integrity in what they feel or protecting other people. These archetypes, this Cancer archetype can be very protective at times, but in the end, it is all about nurturing and being nurtured, to act on emotion, act on feeling. So what does it mean if you have your part of fortune in the sign of Cancer? To have your part of fortune in the sign of Cancer really puts a focus on embracing the caring side of yourself. Again, as I say, really for every astrological archetype, but specifically in the case for Cancer, there's the nurturing the self and nurturing others parts of Cancer. And so with that in mind, there can be two primary focuses for this, and one will probably be harder than the other for the part of fortune in Cancer to embrace. One is to nurture others. So if you have a part of fortune in Cancer, you are likely going to have a big focus on being more caring and gentle towards others to make sure that they feel emotionally heard and seen. This is not so much about the practical providing a roof over their head kind of a thing. This is more so about making them feel a sense that they are cared for, supported, and allowed to be sensitive. However, there's also the other aspect of the part of fortune in Cancer, which is to nurture themselves. If you, for example, have, I don't know if it's even possible based off of the calculation, if you had a sun in Capricorn or a moon in Capricorn, you may find it harder to nurture yourself in an emotional sense. You may more so struggle to feel into your feelings and just allow yourself to cry. But with the part of fortune in Cancer, you may have to learn to be more nurturing to yourself. It is very possible that the universe hasn't granted you financial abundance because you're not learning to soften. And so this is not only softening towards others, but also softening yourself. Can you embrace yourself? Can you be sensitive with yourself? Can you allow yourself to be gentle? There's a huge, just all focus for the part of fortune in Cancer around softness, around embracing their own emotions, and by doing so, being able to make space for other people's emotions as well. And depending on the sign this is in, depending on the house this is in, will change how this shows up for you. If you have an 11th house Cancer moon, or English is hard today. If you have an 11th house Cancer part of fortune, you are going to probably have more of a focus on playing a motherly role in your community. And by doing so, you can bring more monetary abundance. Or if you have your part of fortune in, let's say, well, you can't have your part of fortune in your first house, can you? If it's calculated using your sun, moon, and rising, can you have your part of fortune in first house? I would think you would have to be able to, but it also doesn't make sense. Someone else answer that question for me in the comments below. But if you had, for example, your part of fortune in the first house, or even in the 7th house, for example, you probably have more of a focus on learning to be more soft with yourself. And the reason I say that for the 7th house as well is probably because you struggle to be nurturing in your relationship, or you project it all onto your partner. Overall, the part of fortune in Cancer has a huge focus on embracing the nurturing archetype. How can you nurture others and yourself? Again, the house it's in really changes where you embrace this. If it's in your 10th house, you're going to be playing a nurturing archetype in your career. You're going to be playing a nurturing role. That's the word I was looking for. And the simplest way to start embracing this is ask yourself, how can I start? No, not even that. The simplest way to embrace this is ask yourself, how do I feel? And oftentimes before we can start being supportive towards other people, we have to start with ourselves. So ask yourself, how do I feel? And if you're feeling down in the dumps, how can I feel into that and let it go? If you're feeling great, how can you just own the fact that you're feeling great? Oftentimes, I think with the Cancer archetype, there is a focus on embracing our sensitive, vulnerable side, which, involves crying it out and letting yourself be gentle and soft like a child. But there's also the aspect of just allowing yourself to feel into pure joy when you're feeling it. So how can you feel into yourself, and how can you help others feel that they are allowed to share their emotions as well? So if this video helped you understand the part of fortune in Cancer, let me know in the comments below. And if you have more questions about the part of fortune and you want to get them answered in the sense of understanding how it relates to the rest of your chart, then book a reading with me in the link in the description below. Because not only is the part of fortune important in and of itself, but it's so important how it's playing aspect to your chart, specifically your North Node and your Lilith and your 10th house. So book a reading in the link in the description below where we can dive into all of that and help you understand how you can make more money using your astrology. Stay tuned for more videos breaking down the part of fortune. And once again, my name's Isabelle. From my heart to yours, namaste.